Nashville's musical history dates back a long time, and many would think it started with the Fisk Jubilee Singers. But I'll have you know it actually predates even that. Many of our original settlers, including Davy Crockett, were known to play a fiddle. What's going on, friends? It's Brad Reynolds, hashtag Think Nashville, Think Brad. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how Nashville came to be known as Music City. Now let's go back to Fisk University and those wonderful Jubilee Singers. I'm going to put a link below to my website that tells more about the school. So the Fisk Jubilee Singers were started in 1871. They come from Fisk University, a school which was started right after the Civil War in 1866. Really, in the 1950s, Music Row only had two music studios, Quonset and RCA Studio B, where a young Dolly Parton, Charlie Pride, Elvis, the Everly Brothers, and many others recorded there. The cool thing was, back in the day, even if you weren't an RCA Studio B member, if you had the money and you had the time, you could come on down and record. The Everly Brothers and Roy Orbison were just two of the stars that whenever they were in town would record there, even though they were not members of the studio. Over the years, Nashville has grown to have over 200 studios, with most being based on Music Row or Berry Hill, and a few like Independent Records, Jack White with his Third Man Records, being all the way down in Pie Town. And I've got a great video on Pie Town. You'll want to check that out after this. One of the things I think many visitors of Nashville or clients of mine think when they come to town is that Music Row is this crazy place with a lot of bars and you're going to see celebrities. And it couldn't be further from the truth. Music Row is extremely boring, not much going on there. You've got a bunch of 4- and 5-story commercial buildings which have replaced many of the standalone old homes that have been turned into music studios. So remember, when you're coming to town, if you want to do something fun, don't go to Music Row. Hit up Broadway, hit up Demumbrian, look other places for your fun. Another big part of Music City being Music City is the printing and publication industry. This goes all the way back to the 1820s, when sheet music and hymnals made for churches were printed here in Nashville. Nashville is in the South, which historically has been the Bible Belt, and Nashville has been called the buckle of the Bible Belt. So it's only natural that many of the printing and publication companies wound up here. Nashville also has a lot of museums where you can take in all of our musical history and see the people that made this place what it is. The three big ones that jump out are the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame, and the National Museum of African American Music, all of which are located centrally in the downtown area. But the biggest reason people come to Nashville, you already know what it is, it's Broadway. Broadway has come so far from its origins in the 1950s, where you had pool shows and peepaws and honky tonks and really just kind of a rough crowd down there. These days, nearly every bar is owned or at least endorsed by a celebrity, including Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, or Dierks Bentley. From the time I moved here in the early 2010s till now, it has absolutely exploded in popularity. There used to be a bunch of bars that were run down or vacant, and now every single storefront is taken. Some of the local owners, like Steve Smith, guys that have partnered with some of these celebrities, and he owns a bunch of them down there, have some crazy stories from the late 80s, early 90s when they bought some of these places off the county courthouse steps for literally $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. Truly wild. When you want to take in some of the biggest spots in town, Broadway's cool, but go see a show at the Bridgestone, at the Ryman, at Opryland. I've seen some great shows there over the years, including Taylor Swift, Alan Jackson, Michael Bublé, and many, many others. Music is such a big part of our heritage, and I have no doubt that 100 years from now, it will still be. So until then, and as long as I'm here, as long as I'm breathing, I would ask you to come back to our channel, subscribe, throw us a like, throw us a comment, and let us know what you would like to see, and we'll see you very soon. Cheers.